Trophy Hunters TV is brought to you by Nikon, the leader in sport optics, Mossy Oak brand camo, Cuddy Bank Digital, Barnes Bullets, Browning, Otis, Hot Marks, the National Rifle Association, Rhino Ground Blinds, and by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association, the voice of Texas hunting.
There are two definitions for the word pal. One, a close, intimate friend, and two, an accomplice. When it's used to describe two men who have been hunting together for nearly half a century, I think accomplice is about right.
We met each other about 50 years ago, or a little bit more than 50 years ago, at A&M.
Class of 1960.
Baghdad on Nebraska, and we've been running around together ever since. Hunting, doing a little fishing, trading guns. I taught him everything. I taught you everything you know about guns. Yeah. He's not. You don't seem like he paying much attention.
Well,
He's in that little clearing,
Yeah.
facing left.
I got him.
You got him? Well, brothers and I killed everything that had antlers when we went hunting.
Well, back then, there was years you go by, you might not see but $4 the whole season. You didn't get to hunt that much, you know, going to school, you hunted holidays and weekends.
So that meant you killed the first thing you saw, nearly.
That's right. That was legal with horns.
The first 3 deer I killed, Al, you could have covered them with your cap.
Yeah, I remember the one on your mantle, that first one. I tell you what, he doesn't show it, but he gets pretty excited when it's time to shoot. He's pretty quick on the trigger. I thought you was gonna let that deer turn.
I had to kill him when I could kill him.
Well, you sure shut him head off.
Did I hit him or not?
Yeah, you dropped him in his tracks. Where do you think where'd you hit him?
Brothers, when I shoot, they fall.
Well, that one sure did.
I try to make the best shot I can on a whitetail when I'm with him so that there won't be any repercussions. Hit him right there. There's the entrance hole right there. Brothers, can you make a shot like that?
No.
He needed killing. He's a good management buck.
No, that's trophy in most
Is that
people's
trophy?
book. He knows if he misses or makes a bad shot.
If I make a bad
hear about
shot, he won't let me. He gives me a hard time about it.
I think most people don't realize how rare a true friend really is. I mean, I've got a twin brother, so I've always had somebody there right next to me that's able to help me out in a bad situation. But I think a lot of people in this world walk around and don't have that true friend. You've got a lot of acquaintances and friends But a true friend, you know, that's special.
I killed my first deer when I was in A&M.
Oh, well, I killed my first deer in 1948. Shot at his heart. I was shaking so bad, I shot at his heart with that old open sight 30-30 and hit him in the head. I didn't have a first scope until about 1956 or 7.
Deer hunters in Texas don't go deer hunting like Al and I did in our early days. The equipment that hunters have today is almost miraculous compared
Oh, yeah.
to 50 years ago when we started.
We didn't have feeders. We didn't have built-up stands like they do now. For us to go take a deer stand was to climb up in a tree that had a fork that you could sit in or something, or sit against a fence post on a fence line, or up against a tree trunk.
That's hard hunting, but most old guys will tell you the same thing. But these two are far from your average good old boys. Over the past 50 years, Al and Horace have been two of the leading innovators in the nation in the field of land and deer management. Just to give you an idea, in 1960 there were less than 2 million deer roaming the state of Texas. Because of programs and practices started by these two men, today that population has skyrocketed to over 4 million.
When Al and I got out of A&M, wildlife management was kind of brand new, especially deer management, brothers, wouldn't you say?
Actually, A&M was, as far as I know, at that time was the only school that offered a 4-year course in it. It wasn't wildlife science, it was management, and that's what we've been as managers.
I worked for Parks and Wildlife all my career. Al worked for about 4 or 5 years and then went with the Zachary Company. Brothers and I have both continued since we started. We never have quit working with white-tailed deer.
That's true, never will quit, I guess. You know, if you're gonna work with fish, I think you ought to be vitally interested in fish and be a fisherman. If you're gonna work with quail, I think you ought to be a quail hunter and vitally interested in quail. If you're gonna work with deer as a biologist, I think you ought to be vitally interested in deer and be a deer hunter.
We were country. We came from the country. We grew up in the country. But nowadays, a lot of our wildlife biologists are coming right off of the streets, right off of the asphalt.
They don't have that gut feeling to do what really needs to be done sometimes.
I tell you what, I've said this many times, and I'll say it again, brothers. People from New York City give $500 a day just to follow us around.
He's bragging. He's bragging. I gotta be careful from not falling.
Well, it's as simple as that. You need a little help. You need a little help too. We have to hunt together.
Oh, I couldn't begin to get in blind without help. The way these are set up, or most of them are set up, and to climb up a ladder or anything is impossible. I was in a helicopter crash, part of it.
And that was in 76?
76. We hit basically upside down. But the seat belt didn't have a shoulder belt.
Mm-hmm.
And we hit with such force that the seat belt is what broke my back. Not completely paralyzed. See, I can move my legs. And I used to could walk with a walker 200-300 yards.
Mm.
But as I got older, you just can't help it. Your muscles get weaker and weaker. I've got pins in both legs and screws, and one screws in my hip, screws in my arm.
You're in bad shape.
I plan on being cremated so they can save the titanium.
But the point being, Al, that just because it's harder to get in that blind nowadays, that don't mean you ain't going hunting.
I'm gonna hunt one way or another. That's right.
Till they put us in the ground, probably.
I don't ever look forward to quitting.
Down here, right there by that tree we was talking about.
I can get him right in the shoulder.
How far is that? About 100 maybe?
About 100?
Yeah. He's as dead as a doornail. I think he hadn't moved a hair.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you one thing, Gore. I got the quality. You might have got the management deer, but I got the quality.
Oh, look at there, look at there, look at there, look at them.
I got the quality.
Oh,
I had to make a good shot because you never would let me live it down.
well, we don't want the deer to run.
That's right.
Me and you both can't chase the deer.
We can't trail on them. It keeps me rejuvenated. I think about deer, deer management, deer hunting, and deer research year round. If you've got that passion for it, you don't lose it. He's the same way. Yeah, we've had some good times together, Gore.
Well, we've been friends for well over 50 years.
52.
I know I can count on him if I need help, and he knows he can count on me. You know what?
You don't have many true friends that you could say that about.
You want to sell that Model 70, 270?
The day I'm
I'll
gonna
write you
sell
a
it,
check.
I will call you.
I'll
Don't
write you
call
a
me.
check right now. You want to sell that Model
No,
70?
Not today.
All right. I'm gonna need that 70, Model 70 next year. I want to kill a buck with your Model 70 next year.
I'll let you shoot it for a fee.
You know what? They do kind of remind you of an old married couple. They kind of complain back to each other a little bit, but at the end of the day, they've got each other's back. There's no doubt about that. You know, them helping each other in and out of a blind and this and that is one thing, but then what I kind of key on is making sure they're shooting good, because the other one's going to give them a big load of crap if they don't get a good kill shot on the animal. That's something I can relate to. Up next, Hal versus turkey, and I'll take the turkey. Good old Hal, he hunts everything with 4 legs and some things with 2. And if you give him enough bullets, he might come home with something.
My name is Hal Gom. I've always been fascinated with hunting ever since I was a little kid and grew up around it. My dad and my 2 brothers all did it, and so it was a way of life for me as a young boy. I've done quite a bit, but I'm not a very good caller, and I don't know near as much about turkey hunting as Ben does. I'm hunting with Ben Mackey from Mossy Oak. Ben and I have developed a good friendship over the years, you know, through our partnership with Trophy Hunters and Mossy Oak. He's a pretty seasoned veteran when it comes to turkey hunting. He's probably the best guy to have along, you know, guiding me, because he is really good at calling them birds. You know, I think in any hunting, the anticipation is just the fun of it, because you really don't know what to expect. The best part of this was I knew I was in a great place because I've talked to folks that have been at the Mossy Oak camp before, and I knew the numbers of turkeys, the numbers of gobblers you're going to see out there. That's the key. It sucks to be somewhere you know you're not going to kill anything.
The hens usually will come in first, the gobblers will follow them in. The biggest thing is make sure we don't spook those hens. Sure. Because if we spook the hens, it's over. Okay. You know, the gobblers are gonna go wherever the girls go. You know, get your gun pretty close to shooting position, because if the hens stop out here, like they've been doing, and your gun's not up, if you gotta bring your gun up, it'll blow. We'll see what happens. All right.
Usually when I'm hunting, you know, and whether it be bow hunting or hunting with a shotgun, hunting with a rifle, you have a process that goes off in your mind of things that you do, anchor points and follow through, and just like in sports, you know, the different things you do, whether you're throwing a football or shooting a basket. I've never missed a bird with a shotgun, ever. I missed. Yeah, that was bad. That was embarrassing as heck. But here's the part is, I'll fess up and say I missed. I know there's a lot of people out there that they don't want to show a miss, but all that does is say that they probably lie a whole lot, because if you hunt long enough, you will miss. I don't care how good a shot you are. I don't care if you don't get shooken up. You will miss if you hunt enough. But I kind of chuckled at it because I never thought I'd miss a bird with shotgun. I used to think, how do people miss a bird with shotgun? Guess what? I know now.
You missed that one.
There's no excuses, all but apologies. I missed it. I'm sorry, man. You did a great job.
Pretty cool, though, wasn't it?
Well, you did a great job.
Right there.
Yeah, you brought them in, and you did everything you're supposed to do. I'm just frustrated that I shot right over his head. I mean, I ranged it earlier too. It was like 25 yards. Don't you hate it when people miss a chip shot? That was a chip shot right there. It's always worse when you miss in front of somebody, because they're right there and you know the first thing they're going to do when they go back to camp is tell everybody. You're never going to believe what Hal did.
I don't bet they're but a couple hundred yards away. They're probably freaked out, but I think we might have a chance of getting them back. I don't know. They're pretty freaked out. It was a good chance. These birds, you know, they roost way down in that valley, just like we were talking about. And they come up in the morning and they want to go this way out to that big messy field. So those birds, even though they're buggered right now, they want to get this way. Oh, dude, there's some birds right there.
The whole time I kept thinking, okay, hold down on the gun, hold down on the gun. You know, that was that checklist item, that last thing that she goes through before you shoot. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't do it twice. Once was bad enough. I can't imagine doing it twice. There's quite a bit of emotion, you know, even when shooting a turkey, when you missed one and you got all that pressure that, you know, craziest things happen in the world.
Nice.
will work.
Cool. Way to go, dude.
Thanks, appreciate it.
That was
That's the
fun.
first, like I said, that's the first Texas guy.
He's a little wet, but he's a good looking bird.
We got some rain this morning.
Check that beard out. That's nice and long. Soaking wet, but that's a good bird right there.
And maybe it was better I missed that first one because he didn't have near as long as rope as this one did anyways. You know, I think the best part of the trip, as much as I like hunting, it's the camaraderie in camp. You know, you're at the Mossy Oak camp, and of course we tease each other and razz each other. The fact that I missed that first bird, there was a couple other guys in camp too that missed birds as well, and so they rode us pretty hard. So you got to have pretty thick skin there in camp, but it's all in fun, and they know if they ever miss, it's going to be coming back at them.
Trophy Hunters TV is brought to you by Nikon, the leader in sport optics, Mossy Oak brand camo, Cuddy Bank Digital, Barnes Bullets, Browning, Otis, Hot Marks, the National Rifle Association, Rhino Ground Blinds, and by the Texas Trophy Hunters Association, the voice of Texas hunting. Closed captioning for Trophy Hunters TV is brought to you by MB Ranch King Blinds, custom hunting blinds to impress the hunted. To get your DVD of this show, go to the general store at ttha.com. Join Texas Trophy Hunters Association today at ttha.com.